Craig Alexander joins us here at Ironman Australia after a big day of racing. Craig, first of all, you're not racing, but how did you go watching?
Well, I don't think I'm as good a spectator as a racer, but I couldn't race. I've been sick. It's well documented. I had the virus, but I decided to come up anyway. My sister-in-law was doing her first half, and had a lot of friends and training buddies racing. So, I was always going to come up and just lend my support to the other athletes. But I'm not going to lie, it was disappointing personally because I've been training for this race since January and felt I'd got myself in a good shape. I normally by this time of the year I would have knocked over a few races. Normally Geelong, 70.3, Huskisson, Aussie long course champs, Singapore, usually some Crowie. So this year I sort of passed on all those just to prepare the right way, and unfortunately got sick. So it was personally very frustrating. But the bigger picture is that as a full-time professional for over a decade, I haven't missed a race for nearly 10 years through injury or illness. So I'm not going to sit around and cry about it. I just got to find another race to qualify and make sure I'm on the starting line in October.
We need to see you there. The racing today was good. There was some great efforts out there. First of all, let's talk Pete Jacobs. 20 plus Ironman attempts or Iron distance attempts. He finally got it right. And, what a great day for him.
Yeah, well, he led from wire to wire, so that's a great way to win him. And like you say, he's been around a long time, Pete. He's done over 20, but he's cracked the win. I think it was inevitable. It was going to happen sooner or later. And very talented athlete, and I think he'll be happy. He did 8.5 hours today on what looked like a pretty tough day by all reports, speaking to a lot of the athletes and seeing the conditions out there. And he was strong. He was strong all day and deserved to win.
And the other good story too is outside of Pete Jacobs, of course, is Jason Shortest, the old man of the field, 41 years of age, ran himself at 2:55 and into the podium position, which he hasn't seen for a while. The emotion he showed across the line certainly demonstrated he was pretty happy with the result.
Well, you can never write off a champion, and that's what he is. He's got a wealth of experience, and I wasn't even sure he was racing. When I was doing my interviews pre-race, they didn't have his name on the list, so I guess there was a bit of confusion if he was doing the full or the half. But another podium finish for Shorto, and that's a decorated career. And he had one of the quickest runs of the day, as you would expect. And I wouldn't say he's got the fountain of youth, but he still looks good too, doesn't he? Coming down the finish chute, he's all ripped in muscle, and he had a great race, mate. There were a lot of great performances out there. Yeah, another great story was Caroline Steffen. She had a great race, a couple of punctures on the bike, and kept her composure. And there was just a lot of great stories. Last year obviously we saw Trent Chapman. For me, that was the performance of the race last year. And this year we had Mitch Anderson up there duking it out with the professionals, and
It's good to see, wasn't it? And we know Mitch he's got form as a pro, there's no doubt. But for the last 18 months, he's been on the sidelines. He's had a really tough time of it. His body went to pieces. His marriage went to pieces, and things that were happening to Mitch out of his control. And now at least he's back. He's racing. He looks good.
Mate, he looked great. He looked fit when I saw him before the race. And injury and illness is the enemy of all endurance athletes. And half the battle is just getting on the start line. But he had a great race today. He was second off the bike, even though he had a puncture. And as you would expect, he had the quickest bike ride of the day, and held strong and made a lot of great performances. Chris Southwell in I think the 50 to 54 age group. I hope that's right, Chris. I don't want to offend, but I heard he was 10th out right across the line. There's so many great athletes out there, and I know for years my wife used to drive up and watch the race when I was at Foster, and we obviously wanted to see Paulie Carew, but really Ironman Australia, you come to watch the age groups because they're the competitive categories in this race. It's the amateurs who want to qualify for Kona. Each age category is just so competitive, and not to diminish what the professionals did, but that's where a lot of the closest racing is, and you see some of the great performances. And there was no different today. There's some unbelievable performances.
And the final word on the course here at Port Mac, they've changed it up a lot. They've done a lot of work. The WTC, the local crew, the local organisation committee, organising committee, done a really good job of just getting the feel back and the race running through town.
Yeah, you know what? I'll take my hat off because I think the whole production from the carbo party through to the race, it's just very professionally run. It's very smooth. I think the move into town was a great move. The crowd today was phenomenal. It was huge, and it just got the town involved too. I think a lot of the local businesses would be happy that the town was centred around here, and just the location there in the town green, the finish chute, it was awesome. And like I said, the whole production from the carbo party through to registration, the fact they had the glass house for registration and and the expo, it's run really smoothly. And they deserve a lot of credit because it's a world-class race.
And well, we hope to see you back and about. Now, for those who are watching this, Crowie has been coughing up like a champion before we set this up, so so it's all true. He is not well. But look, thanks for spending 5 minutes with us again this year, and look, we're looking forward to another big year from you once you're up and about.
Yeah, well, thank you. Thanks. I hope to be up and about soon.